way to find about life in a small town is to live in it. Good morning, good afternoon to one and all present here. I am Anuvradila, student of HEC, here to give my review on the book The Room on the Roof. The book was first published by CLAT IPMAT in 1956. Since then, it has been reprinted by several publishers, with one of the most well-known editions being published by Penguin Books India. Let me introduce the author to you. The author is Mr. Ruskin Bond. Mr. Bond was born on May 9th, 1934 in India to British parents. After his father's death, Bond lived with his grandmother in Dehradun, India. I would say that this book is kind of a semi-autobiography as it reflects Bond's own personal experiences. I would also say that this book reflects his loneliness, the cultural divide between the Indians and the British, and his longing for freedom, which severely influenced the novel's narrative. This book is widely regarded as a classic in Indian literature. The general view of the book is overwhelmingly positive, with readers and critics alike praising it for its simplicity, emotional depth, and the evocative portrayal of adolescence. The novel beautifully captures the complexities of youth and is also popular for the emotional authenticity. I would say that this book, on an overall basis, is a timeless and influential work in English Indian literature, as marking the debut of one of the most India's beloved authors. Coming to the story revolves around a 16-year-old Anglo-Indian boy named Rusty, who is kind of grounded by his authoritarian legal guardian, Mr. Harrison. Tired of his monotonous life, Rusty befriends a group of boys, Suri, Ranbir and Somi, who introduce him to the festivities of India and ignite his desire for freedom, which influenced him to come out of the house by revolting against his guardian. Now, to financially support himself, Rusty takes up a job as a teacher in his friend's house, in the process of which he develops a deep affection and longing for Miss Meena Kapoor, his employer, who is much older than him and married. Tragedy strikes when Meena Kapoor dies in an accident, leaving Rusty heartbroken and confused. The novel ends on a poignant note with a bittersweet ending where Rusty decides to leave Dehra and embark on a journey to find himself and find what actually freedom means to him. What I liked from this book is that how simple and impactful the characters were which Bond portrayed in this book. I liked how his friends influenced him to come out of the house by revolting against his guardian. If I would have to describe this book in one sentence, I would say that this is a book written by a teenager about a teenager. And of course, as a teenager, I literally loved this book. I felt that only someone who can feel it that way can write it that way. Coming to the writing style of the author used a very descriptive style in the sense that he portrays nature in an evocative way. I would say that the author also has used simple language yet made a powerful impact in the minds of the readers. Hereby, I can conclude that this book is very useful in improving our comprehension skills and vocabulary skills, with developing our critical thinking skills apart from the moral of the story. I would like to give this book a rating of 4.5 on 5. Thank you, everyone. Any questions that you would like to ask me?
In room on the roof, in what is room on the roof? Is it a phrase? Room on the roof? Room.
Sir, it talks about the room on the house which he lives. Like after running from the his legal guardian's house, he actually takes up a job, and wherever he takes a job, he actually takes a room on the house. And the title actually describes how well he could see his life from that room after running away from his guardian's house. How he enjoyed his life, which he couldn't do before when he was in his legal guardian's house.
So your roommate is like, was he alone now? Is he alone? We don't know. But the room, is he living alone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
How could you relate it to your life?
Sir, as it is a teenage book, I felt that the emotions that were portrayed by Mr. Bond were actually related to my life.
This is a fiction book.
Sir, kind of, yes, sir.
It's a fiction book, not a real story, right?
Sir, that's why I'm saying it's actually kind of semi-autobiography. It actually reflects Bond's own personal experiences, but he depicts it in the form of characters rather than writing it like that.
What are you, a social being, or are you like to say,
A social being, sir.
a social being,
Yes, sir.
meet people?
Yes, sir.
Then how did this book fascinate you?
Uh, I would actually say that this book, I was connected to his feelings. I didn't like how alone he was feeling when he was living with his guardian, and I liked how he was able to connect with his friends.
What manner? I mean, what manner? Any other books of Ruskin Bond?
Rusty and the Magic Mountain.
What?